This is just incredible.
Now, having said that,
Morning traffic has been cut by, geez, I'd say a third. Normally these roads right here are completely packed, and they're not.
First man, Adam, became living soul. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. However,
Look at the price of that gas, you guys. Holy mackerel. Gotta really worry about the economy now, too. The biggest mall in our state, and it's closed. It is so weird to see virtually no cars here. I'm gonna assume these few cars are probably employees, maybe doing, oh, who knows, cleaning or inventory or something. So yeah, that's what's been going on around here, and I'm assuming it's pretty similar where you're at. I'm outside, out on the balcony, just because I want to be, because I can. It's been a rainy day all day, and it's about, I'd say 37, 38. Feels good to me though, so I don't care. It's just, geez, how quickly life can change, huh? I was talking to my pastor earlier today, and I told him, I said, most of the people I'm talking to aren't even concerned with being sick or catching this flu virus thing. It's everybody's concerned about what's going to change next in their life. Everything, it's been like every day something new has shut down or whatnot. Like a week or so ago, they closed all casinos. I don't go there, but I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people work at them. They've closed all schools, as they have pretty much everywhere. Then they closed all bars and restaurants except for takeout. And there's a lot of restaurants that can't do takeout. Feeling really bad for all these people off of work. Where are they going to get their money from for bills? And the small business owners themselves, they don't want to put their people out of work. They don't want them to take off. And how are they going to pay their bills? People are sometimes under this impression that small business owners are like rich or have all this money, when they don't. A lot of times they're working and paying their employees, and they get the extra, and that sometimes isn't a whole lot. And then yesterday, they put this out around noon, and it was supposed to be enforced starting at 5 p.m. No gatherings of 10 or more people. That pretty much puts all retail. They were allowing for grocery stores, so basically any store that sells groceries, because Walmart's still open and running, so is Target. I drove past both of those, and they had plenty of cars in their parking lots. Walgreens, so pharmacies, they're allowed to be open too. And then there's, of course, stuff like hotels and buses and things like that that are a necessity. Those aren't affected, but pretty much everywhere else is. Like my son's gym, most of the gyms are all closed. His isn't. Thank you. Because his gym has always been different from most other gyms. People do not just walk in and start working out. It's not how it's set up, and it's never been set up like that. You're coming for a class, or you're coming for one-on-one personal training. And so he's fortunate. The gym that I go to all the time has two separate gyms. There's a really big one, and then there's a smaller one, and then there's even a little extra room. Well, he figured out how to do just one class at a time with only 9 people and 1 trainer. They stay on this side. Then personal training, the one-on-ones with the trainers, they're on this side. Each of them come and go from different doors. So then there's never more than 10 people in any room at any time. It worked out so far today. I hope it continues to work out, and I hope they don't try to shut it down all the way. There's really good people who work there. The clients are more than willing to keep coming in, and you know, my son needs it for his livelihood, for his family. But there's a lot of other gyms that are closed. There's just, the mall's closed. I mean, almost any kind of retail that's not food or medicine. Shoe stores, you know, Barnes and Nobles is closed, Half Price Books. I mean, there's just so many different shops out there. You can't, you know. So it's just, you know, we're not all being quarantined in our houses, but in a way it almost feels like it because there's nowhere to go. You know, it's still chilly out, so you're not really going to head out to have a picnic in the park or anything. So it's just, I just feel like everything's so up in the air. You just never know what's going to come next, you know, or when it's going to end. And I think that's a big point too. If people had an end time, it wouldn't bother us so much, you know. And I think, geez Louise, am I going to get stir crazy? Well, I hope not. But along those lines, I started making a list of all the stuff people could do when they can't go anywhere and do anything else. Oh, one other thing, all the churches. That's, my Bible study's canceled tonight, and church services are going to be live streamed, and my baptism has been postponed, of course. One other thing that I worry about is people's weddings. What's going to happen with that? I mean, it's not like you can just reschedule that all willy-nilly, you know. I mean, that is something. I feel for those young couples. I really do. But back to the list. I mean, I started making the list, but maybe you can help add to it. Put it down in comments, because then that way maybe somebody else can use it too. My first thing was, you're stuck in a house, got nowhere to go. Deep cleaning. You know, all those deep cleaning things that you want to get done, but you never have the time for? You got the time now. Don't sit on the couch the whole time watching Netflix or something. You can do it. I mean, whether it's washing all your curtains or recaulking the tub. Doesn't that sound like fun? Cleaning your carpets. I mean, all kinds of stuff that could be considered a bit time consuming and deep cleaning, so we kind of put it off. Well, you could get that done now. Now's the time to start doing your seeds or potting up your houseplants. You could go ahead and do that. You could catch up on a lot of books that you kept putting aside and putting aside and putting aside. Or a new hobby. If you always wanted to start learning to crochet or knit or do woodworking, all kinds of stuff. You could start it now. You have the time now. You can spend more time with your family if they're not sick. My daughter got sick yesterday, and they sent her home from work. Now, we don't think she has, you know, the virus or anything, but just to be on the safe side, she called around. I'm not even sure who she called, but they told her that they won't test her because, one, her fever isn't high enough, and two, she's not a high-risk individual. She's not very old, and she doesn't have any underlying health conditions, which is good, but her job won't let her come back. They want her to stay off this whole week, and she can just use a week of vacation to make up her pay. Oh, not good. That's not good. But at least she has that to fall back on. And she is staying home. I haven't gone over there. Nobody has. She's, because we just don't know. I mean, her temperature might spike or something. It's better safe than sorry. But you can, if you are worried about someone being sick or you don't want to hang out, you can always Skype or FaceTime. I FaceTime a lot with my granddaughter down in Texas. There's a lot of different things we can do. We can slow down and relax a little. This won't last forever. This not knowing how long it'll last isn't the greatest, but it won't last forever. And things will eventually get back to normal. And we just got to be there for each other to help keep us from wigging out, from jumping off the deep end or whatever. For whatever reason, God's allowing it, and His ways are better than our ways, so maybe someday soon we'll find out what this is all about, what it was, why it had to come to be. But anyhow, let me know your thoughts on it. What have you been doing? What's shut down around your town? Do you have a lot of cases in your state or area? I mean, I just feel horrible for the people in Italy. If you've been seeing some of those videos and articles coming out of there, we're so blessed not to be in that situation. So incredibly blessed. Make sure to wash your hands all the time and don't go anywhere if you really don't have to, where there's a bunch of people. If you gotta shop like we all do, try and go during an off time. Don't go like 5-6 p.m. when there's a lot of people in the stores, because they're going there after work. Go earlier in the morning, or maybe even on your lunch hour if you can. But France is getting hit really hard, just different areas all over. So let me know how you're coping, what you're doing, and what your thoughts are on this. And together, we will get through this. It was nice talking to you. And you take care.